Good day. Today we are going to talk about the economic impacts of Malaysia e-hailing market. In this presentation, we are covering market structure, consumer welfare, producer welfare, over market efficiency, and also a conclusion. Let's get started with our introduction. Our goal for today's presentation is to use microeconomic concepts such as consumer welfare, producer welfare, and market efficiency to explore this market. Over the past decades, this market grown rapidly, providing not just an affordable and convenient travel option, but also given a new opportunities for drivers. This growth has been exponential, as we will see in the following analysis. Now, let us talk about the market structure. We classify the e-hailing market in Malaysia as an oligopoly. This is because this market is dominated by a few major players like Grab, MyCar, AirAsia, and much more. They exhibit strategic independence, pricing, promotions, or incentives are affecting by each other. Moreover, the market is differentiated by mild product differentiation, for example, differences like fast users experience and safety features. Entry barriers are also high because of the network effects, regulatory licensing, and capital costs, making it difficult for new players to enter. To make sure that the market remains competitive, the Malaysian Competition Commission (MyCC) is monitoring this sector. This is very important to prevent monopolization by dominant players such as Grab. The regulatory framework ensures that no one player can have too much power, which would hinder competition, negatively affect consumer and producer welfare. That's all from me now, and I will pass it to Zixuan to continue with the consumer welfare.
Thank you, Wenxuan. Hi, I'm Zixuan, and I will present on consumers' welfare. So how exactly has e-hailing improved the life for consumers in Malaysia? From an economic standpoint, we see three major ways. First, let's talk about the price. It's not just about the cheaper fare, though competition did help there. It's also about the time and the hassle save. Before apps, you had to search for a tax, negotiate. It was inefficient. E-hailing slashed those hidden costs dramatically lower what economists called the generalized price for a ride. You can see this diagram. The surplus curve shifted right, pushed the price down from P1 to P2. This directly means consumer surplus, the shaded cross-hatched area, grows much larger. Now, beyond just the price, e-hailing created entire new value, thinking about features like cashless payments, knowing your driver's rating, or tracking your route in real time. It wasn't just a slightly better taxi. It was a new superior product. This increased our willingness to use the service, effectively shift the demand curve to the right. And the data backs this up. Research from Quarton shows higher real users' satisfaction, and the fact that the market revenue is growing so fast proves that consumers are actively choose this service. Finally, choose itself is a form of welfare. With multiple apps like Grab, Maxim, and others competing, we are no longer stuck with one option. The competitions give power back to us, the consumer, forcing platform to innovate both service and price. Sure, surge pricing can be pain, but it's a temporary, transparent tool, and crucially, we always have the choice to say no. When we weight everything, the conclusion is clear. The net gain in consumer welfare has been massive. That's all for me. I will pass to Sandy and explain producer welfare.
Thank you, Zixuan. Hi, I'm Shani, and now we'll continue with the producer welfare. We think that the producer welfare or the producer surplus will increase upon the introduction of ride-hailing. Producer surplus is the difference between the market price and the lowest price a producer is willing to accept in producing goods. Producers in this industry would consist of the drivers and the e-hailing platform. In this case, the producer surplus has improved by the government, which aligns with the economic principle where governments can improve market outcomes. Recently, the government introduced the Budi 95 petrol subsidy and full-time e-hailing drivers are eligible for it. The subsidy aims to maintain service availability by reducing fuel costs, preventing drivers from leaving and supporting low-income earners in the industry. Here is a supply-demand curve illustrating the effects of subsidy on the producers. Before this, the price received by the drivers would be at P1. After subsidy, the price received would increase to P3. This will increase the producer surplus from the red shaded area to the red plus blue area. E-hailing drivers are better off now compared to early years when the industry just started in Malaysia. Digital platforms also improve cost efficiency, reducing entry barriers which can also raise the producer surplus. Comparing the welfare then and now, the waiting time has shortened between rides, which increases the number of trips, leading to higher productivity. This reduces the opportunity cost per trip. The market is also more flexible today compared to before, as there are more diverse modes of participation, which increases the supply elasticity, fulfilling increasing demand more efficiently. Lastly, the recent subsidy lowers fuel costs and platform offers the drivers higher incentives compared to the past, further increasing net income of the drivers. That is all from me. Now I will pass it to Wei Yi to continue on the market efficiency.
Thank you, Shani. Hi, everyone. I'm Kong Wei Yi, and I'll be explaining the concept of overall market efficiency in Malaysia's e-hailing industry. Allocative efficiency occurs when price equals to marginal cost and total surplus, which is the sum of consumer surplus and producer surplus, is maximized. We evaluate this using a generalized price that includes not only money but also waiting and search time. Malaysia's ride-hailing industry operates as an oligopoly two-sided platforms, and mechanisms such as matching technology, search pricing, and part-time driver entry make the supply more elastic. So total surplus rises as output expands towards the efficient quantity. However, there is a caveat where platform markups can keep price above marginal cost, creating deadweight loss and preventing full efficiency. Before ride-hailing platforms existed, long wait and search times increased the effective price, causing ride quantity to fall below the efficient level. This created an allocatively inefficient market where many mutually beneficial rides were unfulfilled. As a result, a deadweight loss is formed as shown by the red triangle on the graph. After ride-hailing was introduced, GPS-based matching reduced search and waiting time, effectively shifting the supply curve to the right. This reduces the time and effort for both riders and drivers to find each other. As a result, lowering the effective marginal cost as more rides are completed. The smaller red area represents the reduced deadweight loss, meaning that allocative efficiency and total surplus have both increased. Overall, compared to 10 years ago, the market is now far more efficient. Matching and routing technologies have reduced generalized price, while surge pricing and elastic part-time entry have improved reliability and utilization. Although platform markups still shift surplus shares, the overall total surplus and efficiency of the market have clearly increased. That's all from me. I'll now pass it to Wenshen for the conclusion.
Thanks, Wei Yi. Now let us continue with our conclusion. To conclude, the e-hailing market is having a profound impact on both consumers and producers. Consumers have benefit from the low prices, better service options, and enhanced travel satisfaction. Producers, mainly drivers, has reduced transaction costs as they benefit from incentives like BUDI 95 subsidy, and competitive dynamics lead to higher earning and efficiency. Overall, e-hailing reduces transaction costs and increase ride availability. Also, dynamic pricing and matching improve resources allocation. With strong competition, the market ensures fairness as they are monitoring by Malaysian Competitive Commission and prevent monopolization. Thanks for listening.